Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining the info day for the HKUST. And here we have the School of Science Live event. It is the last section for the admission talk for the non-JUPAS student, non-local student, non-JUPAS student. Yeah. So today we will have our Professor Yan. He will talking about the admission information about our School of Science program. And then we have two non-local students. They will do the sharing about their new life in HKUST. First of all, I will invite Professor Yan to do the sharing first.
Okay, so welcome everybody. So let me introduce our university to you. Okay, so I am a professor in mathematics, and I've been with the university since the university started the second year of the university. This university is 30 years old, and so I got my bachelor degree from Shanghai. And then I went to University of Chicago and then got my PhD there. After working in the United States for 2 years, I came to Hong Kong. So let me try to do the sharing. Okay, so this is our campus. And you can see it's a very beautiful campus. And the construction on the upper right side actually already completed. And so it's a pretty compact campus, and you know, we are on the hill in front of the sea. Okay, so certainly our university has a beautiful campus. Okay, so this gives you some idea about the location of Hong Kong. So these places are the capital cities of the countries where our students are coming from, like you know, Kazakhstan students came from Minnesota. Okay, so that's their capital city, and then quite a number of our students are coming from the countries around Hong Kong, you know, like from Korea or the Malaysia or Indonesia or India, you know, and also we have some students from the far further away places, like on the upper left you see from Czech, Germany, Italy. Some European countries, and also from the even further places, including South America, like Nicaragua or Venezuela. Okay, so this gives you some idea. Okay, so the location. Also, I mean, you certainly heard of Hong Kong, but you know, what kind of place is Hong Kong? You may, you know, your impression might be, you know, the very crowded and the tall buildings. That's a correct impression about Hong Kong. So here is instead of, you know, showing you those pictures, I show you this place again. Very tall buildings. All these are actually the residential buildings. Many of them more than 50 stories high, and that's quite a typical residential area. The reason I show this is this is the nearest residential place to Hong Kong, and it's called Zhangguanou. But it's very close. It's only 5 minutes from our university. So our university is not in the city area, but then it's very convenient. You know, you have the subway, you know, the metro in the Zhangguanou, quite a number of stations, and so that's quite convenient. And where is our university? If you look at the upper left corner, that red circle, that's our university. Okay, so you can see also see beyond our university is pretty much like a countryside. Okay, so our university is actually very conveniently located, but it's not like a, you know, noisy and sort of polluted city place, but it's actually in a very beautiful place. So it's pretty ideal. It's convenient, but also very peaceful place. So our university is near the countryside, and actually more than 40% of Hong Kong is a country park, and near our university is this area, is a region called the Cyclone. Okay, and the Cyclone Country Park is actually a very interesting place. Okay, so I often, you know, go with my family and my friends, and also I let the students, you know, to do hiking there. Okay, you can see these cows and on the beach. So actually, these cows, the farmers in Hong Kong, they used to be use cows in the farmland. Now they don't do much farming. But then how do you deal with how do they deal with the cows? They just release cows to the wild. Okay, so that's how you see them. So actually, the Hong Kong is a very, very enjoyable place. And our university actually is located at a very convenient and enjoyable location. Okay, of course, you come to the university not because I mean, these things are useful, interesting, but then you really come to a quality university that can give you a quality education. So that brings to what is our university? Hong Kong University of Science Technology. Certainly, you already see it's a beautiful campus. I took this picture, and below the crowd is actually the sea. Okay, it's not the mountain area; it's actually the sea. It's 30 years old. I mean, it's getting into. It's still young. It's the youngest university in Hong Kong. Okay, it's a very vibrant university. Although it's young, but for such a relatively short period, it's already very well recognized, in the world, and you can see from these rankings. So don't be again. But talking about rankings, I mean, those are certain kind of reference, but that only means the ranking has lots of factors affecting it, and that this kind of ranking only means that certainly means that we are regarded as very much well regarded by the other respected universities. Okay, so certainly you will get the highest quality education in our university. So it's a inspired place for students to realize their dreams. Okay, so what is our strength? Okay, our strength starts from research. It is actually the first research university in Hong Kong. The reason the university was established was because to educate, to somehow get the high quality, produce the high quality students that modern society need. We do need to have a good research environment. Before our university, there was no research requirement in Hong Kong. There were excellent researchers, but then there was no research culture, in the existing universities. So to bring research to Hong Kong, they actually started with a very high standard. Started the university with a very high standard. So they invited the best Chinese professors from the best the American universities, and then that's how they established this university. So after that, then we brought the research to Hong Kong, and then the research also, is encouraged in the other universities in Hong Kong. And every several years, then the government does the research assessment of all these universities in Hong Kong. And in all these assessments, we are always, well ahead of all the other universities. So we are certainly, still keep our origin, to be the leading research university, not only in Hong Kong, actually, also in the world. So this means that as a research university, all our professors are doing research. Many of them are doing the world-reading research, and this also means that they are in their teaching, they often bring the latest understanding of the subject, the latest research, and you can get in touch with the latest development. And for the undergraduate students, that also means that they have plenty of research opportunity. I'm in mathematics, and on the right side you can see the pictures. That's a math paper I wrote with my undergraduate students. So they did excellent research, and then they were accepted by then they went to doing PhD in the United States. Okay, and then and we have lots of such programs. That's called the university called that the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program. Okay, so many of our professors, so work with our undergraduate students, and sometimes when the students are doing good enough research, then the research. The other thing is that we have lots of collaboration with the top universities in the world, and if you are doing research with a professor, and if your research is doing well, and then the professor may arrange you to do a summer academic research. So they maybe spend 2 months, in his collaborator's place. So that's very often in school of science. Okay, so that's the very rich research environment that you can already participate while as a undergraduate student. So the other one is our university is the most international in Hong Kong, and our students coming from the more than 50 nationalities. And in the map I show you, you already see all kinds of places the students coming from in the School of Science. Okay, and so actually the more than 20% of our students are from outside of Hong Kong. And in addition to that, half of our students go for exchange. Right now, because of the pandemic, this one is restricted. But by the time you guys, in the third year when you do the exchange, maybe you have more, the opportunities will be open again. Due to the exchange, every year actually we have more than 1,000 students from all over the world. And in the School of Science, we have quite a number of international Orienteer medalists. Okay, together with me, you can look at this was my class, and on one side it was IMO International Math Olympiad gold medalist from Vietnam, and the one in black is a IMO gold medalist from the Kazakhstan, and then the one in blue is from the Nicaragua and from South America, also IMO medalist. So the whole environment is very international, and you can make friends with the students from all over the world. The other special thing is that we are actually very concentrated. We don't have so many schools. We don't do business. We don't do the law. We don't do the medicine. But whatever we do, our schools are always much bigger than the other universities. Okay, our business school actually is also the best in Hong Kong, and there are many business programs. Ranked very high in the world. And so because although our overall size may be smaller than the other universities in Hong Kong, but then our School of Science is biggest. Our math department with more than 40 professors are also the biggest in Hong Kong. So that allows us to do a certain kind, accumulate enough people to do certain research in certain area. For example, in the last several years, our university, the math department, together with the computer science, we hired quite a number of people doing the data science, the big data and artificial intelligence. So we have because our size, we have a large enough group to have a very active research, and then as a result of that, we have the master program and the bachelor program in the data science. So we strengthen this area, and then many of them, although your major might be in biology, actually you can also take additional data science courses. Okay, so this is the good thing about the concentrate. Okay, so about our student, our curriculum is very much student oriented. Okay, so you can change major as long as the new major accepts you. Okay, I mean anytime you do it, as long as a major accepts you, and this major can even be from the another school. Okay, and you can have when you think about graduation in one major, actually you could also have all kinds of combinations. Okay, a minor and a double major and even triple major, and everything is possible. So our curriculum is very flexible. I think actually it's a bit to do with our origin, because it was started from the professors from the United States. So our university is very much like a typical state university of the United States. Okay, and when you apply, actually you can use whatever the national exam as a qualification. Okay, so in most of the countries, maybe almost all the countries in the world, you have your national exam. So when you apply to the universities in your country, you could just use the same qualification to apply to us. Okay, so in the School of Science, we have a special team. Actually, we have a team specializing, for example, in Indonesian exam. Okay, specializing in the Malaysian exam. Okay, so we actually understand these kind of qualifications. And also we have various scholarship schemes. In the School of Science, more than half of the international students receive the scholarship. Some of them are big, multi-year, tuition waiver, and some of them just one-off, some amount. Okay, but more than half of the students actually receive some kind of scholarship. Our curriculum, as I said, was very flexible. When we do the admission, it's a school-based. Okay, so mostly you have some limited choice of the major, but our viewpoint is that the students actually don't know much, what they should do. So most likely you will be admitted to the School of Science. Okay, and after the first year, you are arranged to take all kinds of science courses, math, physics, chemistry, biology, and after the first year, then you can decide which one is most suitable for you. Okay, so this is the typical arrangement. So in the School of Science, you can choose the math, physics, chemistry, life science, ocean. We have 5 departments. You can change the major in these things. But in the departments, after you have the major, then there might be further division. For example, in mathematics, you can have a pure math track, applied math track, the statistics track, and so on. And in the School of Science, we also have the extended major. That means that you choose one science major, but then you also, on top of that, you have additional ingredient. Okay, if you are into the more kind of research, then you can try math, but the international research enhancement plus international research enhancement, or physics plus that. Okay, that's the research ingredient. Or you can have a science plus artificial intelligence. Okay, so the additional courses in that kind of area. And also, you can have additional data analytics in science. Okay, in biology, you can learn more about the data type of courses. In addition to the science, major, you can actually also apply for the joint program, like math and econ. That's a joint program between mathematics and the economics department. That's a joint between science and business. Biology and business, another joint major between the science and business. Risk management, that's a so-called interdisciplinary program. Data science and technology between math, a program between math and computer science. Sustainable and green finance, that's another joint program. So that's so overall, what you need to know is just that there are all kinds of possibilities, and you don't need to know too much about the detail here. And we come in and try first year, talk to professors, and then you decide what is best for you. Okay. So these are some pictures about our student activities, and later you can have our student giving the presentation and talking about their activities. You can learn more from them. Overall, that's all I want to say. And basically, our university provides a very it's a high quality and excellent environment for you to develop yourself, and it's very flexible, and it provides all kinds of opportunities. And so our slogan for the students is Dare to Dream, Ready to Achieve. Okay, whatever you want to do, we help you to achieve it. Okay, that's it for my talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Yan. And if you have any question, you can type in the chat box to Professor Yan or to us. It's okay. Now we come to the student sharing part. And may I invite Kaya? Kaya, can you help us to do the sharing first and introduce yourself and also your life at HKUST? Thank you.
Yes. Hello. Hi, everyone. 1 second. Okay. So my name is Kavya. I'm actually from India. I'm a year 3 data science major with a business minor. And I did the IB diploma and I finished in 2019. So first of all, a lot of people ask me why I picked UST. HKUST, the representatives or the student ambassadors from the university actually came to my high school. And after that, I started doing a little bit more research. And as Professor Min said, it's one of the #1 young universities, and it has a lot of research and internship opportunities, which is very important for me, and a lot of scholarships and a very integrated community. The second question that a lot of people ask me is why I picked the School of Science. The School of Science is one of the first universities that actually offered an undergraduate data science program, which is what I wanted to do. And they have all-round courses. They train in theory as well as practical knowledge. And data science is a really booming industry at the moment. So picking that as my major seemed like a very good idea. And I also really just like doing math. As more about my background, it's university is very different from high school in a lot of ways. The first thing is that I get more freedom. My parents are not there, so I get to explore new areas and fields. And I also can choose what classes to take when, or just what classes to choose in general, which is a very good thing. But there are some difficulties that I face. The first thing is time management. So they give us assignments, but no one is there to remind you that you have to finish the assignment. You have to remember it yourself, which was a little bit difficult for me. And then Hong Kong is a very new environment. I'd never lived outside India before, so coming to a new country was a little bit more difficult. And I'm not very good at making decisions of my own. So learning how to do that was also very helpful. As for the university life, I have friends from all different backgrounds. You meet a new person every single day and learn more about them. You also get a lot of opportunities to explore the city. Like in the first week, usually they hold like tours, cycling tours around TKO and stuff like that. And they also have a lot of activities and clubs to choose from, such as there's football club, netball club, there's a lot of sports ones, and there's arts and fine arts based ones, and there's also for societies like the Math Society, the Environment Society, and so on. As for what I do, like what extracurriculars I'm part of, the first thing is I'm a student ambassador, which is very helpful. Then I'm the financial secretary for the art club. I am in the netball team, and I'm also a STEAM tutor, which is basically helping students from like high schools with just ideas for university. Yeah. As I mentioned before, USC offers a lot of internships. The first one is a research, it's not an internship, it's more research oriented. It's called Europe, the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program. And they have two streams known as the tasting stream and the series stream. The tasting stream is mainly for someone who has never done research before and wants to know what it's about, which is me. So I did that in my first year, and I did a project related to gray water treatment on campus. And as for the series stream, I had the opportunity of coming up with my own project idea, which was to repurpose disposable masks on campus, like making stools, trays, and such out of them. Internships, you can apply for internships through the Career Center, which is in the HKUST website, or you can go directly in person in different places in USD and do an internship. I did a data analysis internship and a data crawling internship last summer. I've also had some experience with front-end development on campus and off campus, and I'm also the graphic designer for an on-campus startup. As for my final thoughts, first thing is don't be afraid to try something new, because it seems very daunting, but it's actually really fruitful. Always be informed in the sense what is happening around you, what all events are being held, seminars, workshops, etc. Don't waste any opportunities. Don't be scared to try out something new. And you always have to work hard and also play hard. And that's it from me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it on the chat, or you can email me at this email address. Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, and also we have received some questions from the participant. Maybe we will have Chloe sharing first, and then we can answer these questions, and I will raise the question to Professor Yan to answer as well. Okay, maybe Chloe, please do the sharing first. Yeah, it's okay, that's good.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So hello everyone, and I'm very happy to be here today and share about my experiences at HKUST. And to start, I would like to introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Nguyễn Hà Châu, and you can call me Chloe. I'm from Vietnam, and currently I'm final year biotechnology student at School of Science, HKUST. And first of all, I would like to share the reason why I chose Hong Kong. So to me, Hong Kong is a very dynamic city, very diverse, and it have a very stunning nature. And most importantly, it have a very good opportunities for undergraduate students to develop and well prepared for our future career. And so here's some pictures that I took while I go out with my friends, and you can see that one side is a very modern city, but on the other side is a very relaxing and a beautiful nature. And so you can have a lot of outdoor activities with your friends after classes, and so you can release your stress. And the second question is why HKUST? First of all, to me, is HKUST offer a lot of scholarship opportunities for incoming students as well as students who are currently studying at HKUST. So I got into HKUST with an admission scholarship, and throughout my studying, I also got another scholarship, which is the D.H. Chen Foundation Life Science Scholarship. And the second reason is HKUST is really has a very stunning campus, and it's very unique to HKUST. And here are some pictures that I took, and to me, every single corner at HKUST is beautiful, and this helped me a lot to relieve stress. Whenever I feel exhausted, I just need to take some time to go around campus and enjoy this scenery, and I can feel better. And another thing that I love about HKUST is a very flexible curriculum. You can arrange your own course in your own time. And so if for example, for me, besides taking classes, I also spend some time doing research in laboratory. So I can arrange my schedule so that I can have some time to do research in the lab. And now is the most exciting part where I can share my memorable experiences at HKUST. And first of all, that is a very warm welcome from School of Science in my first year as an international student, and especially this is the first time that I live abroad. I encountered a lot of difficulties for the first few months, but then I received a lot of help from staff and friends at School of Science, and so I feel like I gradually feel like HKUST is a real home. And on the right-hand side is a magnet party organized by School of Science for all the freshmen, and so I can come and talk to new people. And on the left-hand side is me with my peer mentor for the first year, and my peer mentor helped me a lot throughout my studying, and she was in the same major that I want to take, so she gave me a lot of advices. And it's not just about the first year. In the following year, I continuously received a lot of help from professors and staff from School of Science, as well as my home department division of life science. And this is one of the programs that I really love from life science division. And I found it's really helpful, especially for me as a final year student who is preparing for my future career. And so about my major, I chose biotechnology major at School of Science. And the reason is I was a biological student at high school, but then after graduating from high school, I really wonder what's the goal that technology major, and I feel that it can fulfill both of my interests, which is basic biology as well as applied biological knowledge. And so I applied to this major, and I found that biotechnology major actually gives me a lot of inspiring courses that help me to understand and appreciate both history and potential of biological science. And this is one of the courses that I love the most, which is biotechnology and its business opportunity. If any of you want to take the biotechnology or biological science major, I advise you to take this course in the first year, where you can have an overview about the biotech industry. And the parts that I love the most is a class project in which we need to write a business plan to start up a biotechnology company. And I was lucky to have very nice teammate, and we collaborated well with each other. And in the end of the course, our professor gave us a certificate of excellence for poster presentation. And HKUST is a research university. And so as an undergraduate here, you will have a lot of chances to do research. And the research opportunity is unlimited. And so, for example, I'm from Division of Life Science, but I'm currently doing research in a laboratory at the Chemical and Biological Engineering department. And my research is mostly about protein. We modify the protein molecules and turn them into different desired system. And the most current project that I work on is develop a fluorescent protein. And for those who have no idea about fluorescent protein, it was firstly discovered from the jellyfish, and it's the molecules that have the jellyfish can go green. And this project second runner of the Mr. Armin and Mr. Lilian Kitchell undergraduate research awards last semester. And I can say that doing research is a very important experience in my university training. It helped me to have an insight and more understanding about what I learned from the lecture. And I also need to learn how to apply this knowledge into the practice. And while doing experiments, I had a lot of fun experiences. For example, on the right-hand side is actually the spider silk made by me. And so we express this protein in the bacterial cell, and then we create a condition that mimic the natural condition inside the gland of spider, and then we make the silk. It does not look really nice because it's my first try. And then on the right hand side is two types of bacteria that I cultured for my experiments, and so you can see that they're really colorful. There is green bacteria and the red brown bacteria as well. And beside academia, I also try to engage myself into different extracurricular activities to gain a lot of soft skills. And one of the programs that I join is the HKUST Sustainable Campus Leadership Program, in which we have an opportunity to initiate or run our own project to promote the sustainability on campus. But our project was a little bit different because we ran a project in Cambodia to solve the trash problem at an orphanage in Cambodia. And we went to the orphanage in Cambodia to install a machine that allowed to burn trash without smoke and smell. And we also gave a workshop for children about trash sorting. And after that, we also had some time to discover the capital of Cambodia. And I can say this is one of the most meaningful trips in my life. And I also enjoyed a cultural exchange trip to Guangzhou, China, organized by School of Science. And during the trip, I met a lot of nice local friends who always by my side helped me overcome the language boundary. And they brought me to different spots to learn more about history and culture. And yeah, that's all for my presentation. And I hope you will enjoy it. And thank you so much for the listening.
Okay, thank you, Chloe. So here we have received quite a lot of questions regarding the non-local admissions information. So first of all, I would like to answer the first one is related to the IB qualification. Some participants, they have asked about our requirement for the IB qualification, and also whether the IB math, which IB math subject we are consider. First of all, I will answer this first. For the IB Math, we know that there is a change for the IB system. So we consider the mathematics and analyze and approach HL, analyze and approach SL, and also the mathematics applications and interpretation HL only. So this is the requirement for our school at the moment. And also for the IB, actually the final grade we were expecting the student at least have one HL in science subject. So this is the requirement for us. And also regarding the A-level system, I know that the exam will be taken in the August. So in general, we will give the conditional offer to the student, those they have the predicted score. So make sure when you apply, you can have your predicted grade for IB and also the GCSE level. And also as Professor Yan mentioned in the chat box that what kind of information you need to prepare. And one more thing is that we recommend encourage you to do the admission as early as possible, because if you do you can make it in the early round, then we can give the offer to you, and higher chance that we can give you the together with the scholarship scheme, so that you can get the scholarship. And we don't need to apply separately for the scholarship. It is automatically given to you in the conditional offer. So, and the other question is about the internship. Professor Yan, can you give some information whether how is it possible that students can have the internship during the UG study at HKUST, and how they get that internship?
Yeah. Okay. So the internship opportunity, actually, maybe the students may have more experience, but it all depends on what your the purpose in the future. If you are more toward the further study, maybe you try the more research, doing more research, and maybe pay less attention to the internship. But if you're more into the job, maybe you pay more attention to the internship. The internship, the opportunity, actually, usually the university invites the companies and institutions, to come to the campus and set up booths. And at least I often see the such occasion that these institution companies set up booths in the on campus, and they talk to the representatives from this place. And this is open to all the students. Okay, so not only to the the science School of Science student can also contact them and ask for the possibilities. So that's the kind of limited thing I know about. I don't know whether the students themselves have any information about this.
The internship.
Yeah.
Arrangement.
Internship. Usually they come to campus and they talk to them, and maybe then they ask you to do some internship work.
Mm.
Yeah. And I often see they come to the campus, set up the counter.
I know that from our school, we have the team, advising team. They're helping the station in the side home. They help the student to apply for the internship or some career support, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more familiar with leading students to do research, but for the internship, I maybe not as familiar.
I think for internships, what they do is because for data science student, all of them, what they do is they send out a mass email about internship opportunities, and you can apply through the science home. And there's also a career fair that's held sometime in October-ish, as far as I remember, where you can talk to the representative from companies, and you can also apply for internships online and just send an application. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have received another question is regarding the student is asking, we have 2 rounds for the admission. Is there any difference between them? Maybe Professor Yan, You can.
What's the question again?
We have 2 rounds for the admission, the early round and the main
early round.
round.
I think it should be mid November. I think that's the early round deadline, right?
Early round is 19th of November.
Oh yeah, 19th of November. Then the main round is like January, like sometime in January.
Yeah.
But later, you know, if the quota is still available, then maybe we still accept the there will be a late round, you know, if the quota is still available. Yeah. But the thing is that the earlier the admission, then it's easier in terms of the opportunity of getting admitted, also in terms of the scholarship. Okay, I mean, at the end, in the later round, you know, even if your situation are excellent and you deserve scholarship, but then maybe, you know, we are running out of money. That might also be possible.
So I think it depends whether I will encourage you to apply in the early round. I think that will be more, you can safeguard and receive the conditional offer. Then you can try your best to your examination and then can come to achieve.
Also, the application is quite simple. I mean, I guess many of you know tried many different kind of places, maybe different countries. So you just send whatever the material to the you know, the other things. You just duplicate that, you know, give to us. So, you know, it's pretty much like that. I mean, usually the personal statement and the recommendation letter, you know, and your high school transcript, you know, or usually that's it. And whatever the kind of the award or competition or whatever that kind of things, that's a typical kind of the material, just sent to us.
Maybe I'll try to explain the process for the admission, because quite a lot of question related to the step for doing the admission part, for the application part. First of all, maybe I think the application should be the online application should be open. Maybe is it within today or late September, then you can start to create your account to apply online, and then the early round deadline is 19th of November. Then after that, we will review the case. We have a professor to review the case and make sure that you can submit those the necessary information, like those reference letter, and then if you have you're doing the IB or GCSE level system, then you need to have the predicted grade and all must put in that information, and then we will review. The earliest offer we can give, the timeline should be by end of December. Maybe we can give you the Christmas gift, like giving you the conditional offer, and then you have to maybe is it a 3-week or a sort of time to accept the offer. If you accept the offer, then you need to pay the deposit, and then you can actually in the offer we have mentioned those conditions to you. What score you need to have to attain, and also if we have the scholarship, what is the scholarship, the requirement for that. So you accept the offer, but if you do not accept the offer, then we will consider that you don't have the interest to our program. Then we will give the quota to another student. This is the process. And for those students, they cannot receive those early round offer. Because we are in the rolling base. So we until you receive that, we reject your offer. Otherwise, you still have the chance. Then we will rolling base in the main round, and then we'll consider it again. So this is the normal procedure we are doing, handling those UG application for the student. Yep. Do you guys have any question you want to raise it up, because maybe some other student they would like to know? Yeah. So I think yes. Okay. So I think Professor Yan, do you have anything you want to supplement?
Let me see. I'm actually reading some questions here. So maybe it's better to just answer in words instead of typing. You know, it's a kind of slow.
Yes.
So the student asked about, let me see. I still ask I'm currently in my school's club that focus on preparing for group competition for programming. However, we don't have experience for awards yet due to the club being newly formed by this semester. Does the School of Science consider or pay attention to the cases like this as well? Now, the extracurricular in the School of Science, we pay more attention to the competition or science-related activities. So the things like programming, they're sort of related, not so directly related. I mean, if you have lots of activities, we will consider you as like just more active person. Okay, that could be a plus. But if you are like more into the maybe competition type of things, then we appreciate you more. Okay, so that's usually how we evaluate the students. I mean, okay. On the other hand, when you think about these kind of factors, you may we also admit students, without any of these activities. Okay, so I mean, from the application's viewpoint, you just submit whatever to us. Okay, I mean, you don't have to calculate whether this one is helpful or not. Okay, so maybe I think your attitude is just like that. Just to send us whatever. It may or may not be catch our eye, but who knows? Maybe it doesn't catch my eye. It might catch my colleague's eye. So your attitude is just to send us whatever the material you think might be helpful. Okay. So the next questions are all right. I saw that some scholarship require interview. Yeah. So sometimes we just need more information to make a more informed decision. The interview, don't worry about interview. It's more like checking, try to get more information. It's not an exam. We're not going to ask quite a bit of academic problems. So we typically will look at your personal statement and see we might be interested in some of your experience. For example, if you have some kind of research experience, we might ask you to explain more details about that. Okay, so the interview itself is never difficult. It's just for us to sometimes we find that there might be some deficiency in your application, like a certain information. We're confused about your exam. Okay, maybe we feel that maybe you're missing one or two exams. Maybe we'll ask you that kind of particular questions. So it just helps us to do the evaluation, but it's not like difficult. Okay, so don't worry too much about the interview.
And Professor Yan, I want to supplement those because quite a lot of students asking about the conditional offer for IB and also the GCA level. Maybe I just let them know. Maybe we can give you the past offer, conditional offer for as a reference for the IB. Actually, for last year, we get our condition is the final grade of 34 or above, including the TOK, with one high level. That is really science relevant science subject equal to 6 or above. That is something that we are setting for the IB. For what is mean by the relevant science subject? Because as Professor Yan said, we have the school-based admission. We divided into Science A group and Science B group. Science A group is more related if you wanted to do the major in the physics or mathematics, that sort of program. We are requiring those subjects as the one senior level subject greater than or above or 6. So this is something related to those relevant subjects. Similar to those Science B group, if you apply for those life science program like the biotech or biological science and BCB, so you are related to that part. If we will require your chemistry or biology program subject to be attained to 6 or equal to, or greater than 6. This is for IB system. So you don't worry about those. You are not applying directly to the major, but for the group, the different group. So for the GCA level, we have slightly different from actually you can take it as a benchmark like those all 3 subjects should be at least 8 grade, or maybe some subject will require A star. So it is difficult to tell because we have some difference from the local and also the international applicant. So these are those for your benchmarking. And for more details, you can go into our university's admission website, that is join.ust.hk. There will have a lot of information about the international qualification, what subject we require, and what is the expectation we are doing for the UG admission. And so I think we are about to finish this section. Professor Yan, do you have anything you want to add?
Try to look at questions. The SAT. I mean, there are some questions about SATs. Now we don't have SAT 2, right? I mean, so that means we need the 3 AP subject.
Yes.
And for school, one thing I want to add is that in the School of Science we have actually we have a requirement for subjects. Okay, I mean we pay more attention to your science subjects, math and physics and biology and so on. So for example, like SAT, we look at your you may have a 5 AP, but we mainly focus on your science part of the AP. So we hope you have 3 AP in science. Right?
Yes, and the score we expect you to have AP in 4 or above for that science subject related. Yeah. So SAT normally will give you the firm offer because we will look at your exam result and then we will give you the firm offer. No, although there is still a conditional offer because we require you to have the high school graduation. But actually, in general, those students they don't give us predicted score, just the final score of the SAT or AP.
Sometimes we see that the SAT, usually we look at your completed part, but if you indicate that you are going to take exam in 1 or 2 months, then sometimes we give conditional offer, specifying that your upcoming exam result, whatever subject is required to have a score 4 or above, something like that. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, if you already completed our requirement of like the 3 science subjects, then although you may have additional exam, we may not require that. But if it's not enough and you have an upcoming exam to fulfill that additional requirement, then maybe we give a conditional offer.
So, okay, I think we have give those updates of the admissions part for those non-local students, and I hope you to understand more about our program and really wanted to join us in our program. So if you have any other question, feel free to write me an email, and my email also in our website. So you just let us know you have any inquiry so that we'll try to fix it as soon as possible so that you can apply as soon as possible. So maybe we will just thank you for our student Kaya and also Chloe and Professor Yan to give the sharing for us to this session. I will end the session now. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you at our campus in the near future. Bye-bye.